All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to be merging what we've learned in the first week of their OTAs along all off season and kind of try to project what we're going to see next season. I got to say, 1 week in, I am very impressed with what I've been reading, what I've been seeing, what I've been hearing coming out of Steelers camp here. And one thing I noticed immediately was the trend of their new veteran presences. Guys like Patrick Peterson, guys like Allen Robinson II coming over in free agency or trade or what have you, already mentoring these young cats. You know, we've heard a lot about Patrick Peterson mentoring Joey Porter Jr. specifically, along with a lot of other young Steelers defensive backs, secondary players. But I'm very big on Joey Porter Jr. I am very glad he ended up in a Steelers jersey. And I really think that the addition of Patrick Peterson, just honestly, him being on the field, but more importantly, being off the field, I think it's going to pay dividends for a lot of these young cats and already current talent that they already have, but specifically to Joey Porter Jr. and Patrick Peterson, I'm loving what I've been hearing. And then with Allen Robinson II, he is a great mentor, and I also want to say he is very versatile. He adds a completely new element to this Pittsburgh Steelers offense with Kenny Pickett. But one thing I really liked seeing in the first week of OTAs was how much George Pickens has been kind of just picking Allen Robinson's brain. I'm a big fan of it. If you guys have been watching this channel for, the last couple of weeks here, I'm huge on George Pickens. I was huge on him coming out of the draft last season, 801 yards, average over 15 yards per reception. But we knew Allen Robinson coming to Pittsburgh was going to be a steal. If he can just be healthy, Allen Robinson, I wouldn't be surprised if he cracked 1,000 yards next season. But he adds so much versatility. Now you have Johnson, you have Pickens, you have Robinson. These guys can line up anywhere on the field. That's going to do a lot for Kenny Pickett and the Steelers offense. But before we get any further into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. Steelers fans, I appreciate you guys so much. Drop some comments down below if you've been reading into OTAs. But let's try and get this video to 150 likes. That would mean the world to me. Speaking of offense, tight end Darnell Washington, draft pick from this past year's draft, he has been getting a lot of high praise as well. I think he's going to be extremely critical, specifically in the pass blocking field. All right. There's been a lot of stuff coming out of OTAs as well, just talking about blocking. Anthony Miller confirmed that the team has been focused on run blocking and how it could affect their running game. Blocking's huge, in general. And I like a lot of the new guys like Isaac Seumalo. I like the additions of Nate Herbig. I like a lot of, obviously, Broderick Jones in the draft, first round. Love the trade up there. Their offensive line is going to be so much more improved from last season. The Steelers' run game statistically wasn't great. Even though you have Harris and you have Warren there, the run game statistically was not a huge bright spot. Najee Harris still ended up running for over 1,000 yards, but just 3.8 yards per carry. So I think getting guys like Allen Robinson, getting guys like Darnell Washington, all their new additions on that offensive line, it's going to be huge for just adding another element to the offense. We know the Steelers are going to run the ball a lot next season. So if these guys are good at blocking, well, it just opens up big plays. It gives you, more of a big play factor there. So I'm liking it. All right. I like Jaylen Warren to the moon. I'm just going to say Jaylen Warren to the moon. Last year, very impressive season. All right. 379 rushing yards. He equated to 4.9 yards per carry. He only averaged 4.8 rushing attempts per game. I think we're going to see a lot more Jaylen Warren next season, but also in the passing game. Apparently, they've been working a lot more on Jaylen Warren in the passing game. So it just gives you another side, like Najee Harris last season receiving the ball, 229 yards. Jaylen Warren receiving the ball last year, 214 yards. That's almost 500 total yards receiving from your 1-2 punch running back duo. Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren, they're both extremely young still, and I think they're ready to break out further next season because of your improved offensive line and your improved blocking. All right. So lastly, Real quick on the defense, new unit at the linebacker position, right? They got rid of Robert, they got rid of Devin, they got rid of a couple of linebackers. You bring in Cole Holcomb. In his last fully healthy season with Washington, he had almost 150 tackles. All right. Landon Roberts, brought him on over in free agency this offseason. Over 100 tackles from him. The linebackers have a new coach at the inside linebacker coaching position. His name's Aaron Curry, and he is getting a lot of praise within players right now, specifically both of those two guys I just mentioned, Cole Holcomb, Landon Roberts. They've been loving new linebacker coach Aaron Curry. So, we look at the personnel on this team, we look at their talent, and I just think I'm just so bullish on them. And I think a good way to give my thoughts on this team, because we know Pittsburgh last season, they did good. They did good, especially the way they started. They finished 9-8, and you have a rookie QB. If you ask any of these first-year rookie team fans right now, or even the teams in general, any team that got a quarterback in the first round, and you offered them, next year you're going to be 9-8. Are they going to take it? Hell freaking yeah. Kenny Pickett has gotten so much slack's the wrong word, slander. He has gotten so much slander for his touchdown interception ratio. In his last 6 games, Kenny Pickett threw 1 interception. All the interceptions came when he was just kind of thrown out there on the field. That's what rookie quarterbacks are going to do. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to throw interceptions. Look at even Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence in his rookie season did not do good. Last year was kind of a sneaky back pocket MVP candidate. I think Trevor Lawrence will be an MVP candidate this upcoming season. My point is this. The Steelers went 9-8 with the way they started the season with a rookie QB. What I'm anticipating from Pittsburgh this upcoming season, due to Kenny Pickett, the guys they have on the roster right now, and then bringing in the offensive line pieces, bringing in Allen Robinson II, bringing in Darnell Washington, what I think we're going to see here is a Steeler 10-win season. All right, they're going to make the playoffs. Hopefully they can win their first game, but whatever happens, the playoffs are the playoffs. You're back in the playoffs, right? They run a very physical brand of football, as they should. So I think that's something interesting to note, because if they have another top 10 offense top 10 defense, and their offense is top 15, the Steelers will win 10 games. Okay. And they could easily win a playoff game, and possibly even more. But I think in a 3-year time frame here, because I get it, there's pressure on the offensive coordinator. There's pressure on Kenny Pickett. I think we'll see a 42-7, 4,300 type of season like we did in his final year at Pittsburgh. Maybe not 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, but we're going to see significant improvement from Kenny Pickett. That's just my thought there. So you win 10 games, and then I think next season is when we kind of start getting into those official. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here because it's just 1 week into OTAs, but that's when I think we get into the fully, all right, what's this team ceiling? Super Bowl? Is a Super Bowl run 2 years from now out of the picture, out of question? I don't think so at all. And I think this next season is going to continue to set up the framework and the foundation, just like they did last year. But I think we're going to see better results as far as the win-loss column goes, and even just the eye test with a lot of these young cats. So that's it for today. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. And Steelers fans, appreciate all the love you guys have been showing me. Let me know your thoughts on OTA's first week down below.